This episode of the show is brought to you by Rover. Rover is an amazing service that links dog owners with dog sitters and walkers in their area. All you do is create a profile and you can start getting bookings right away. Just go to juniormoneymakers.com/rover and sign up today. Welcome back to the Junior Moneymakers podcast, the show that's all about helping you teach your kids to become young entrepreneurs. Okay, for those of you following along at home, this is going to be part 3 of the Starting Your Business series. Last week on part 2, you should have come up with your business plan. A lot of you already emailed them to me, which is great, and I've sent most of them back. If you haven't heard from me yet, you should get your business plan back in the mail sometime this week. So on this episode, we're going to figure out how to start funding your new startup. Almost any business idea that you have is going to take some amount of money to get started. So right now, we're going to have to figure out how to get it. That might seem like an impossible task at first, but trust me, it's not as tough as it sounds. Today on this episode, I'm going to cover a few different ways that you can go about funding your new business. So let's start out with one very simple principle. We don't take on any debt for any reason. You're not going to hear about any options such as going to a bank to get financing or borrowing money from mom and dad to start out your business. Debt is a risk. It eats away at your wealth. And like the Bible says in Proverbs 22:7, the borrower is slave to the lender. When you're in debt, you're working to pay interest on things that you've already bought and used. My family took a Disney vacation in 2008 and we put that on a credit card. We paid for that vacation for over 7 years. Like slaves, we worked for 7 years to pay interest on something that we had bought a long time ago. I want your income to work for you. It is your largest wealth building tool. No debt, anytime, ever, except maybe a home mortgage, but you're not going to have to worry about that for a really long time. So now that we've established that debt is not going to be part of our vocabulary, let's talk about what we can do to finance your business. First and foremost, my favorite way to finance your business is through your savings. Savings show that you're a disciplined person. They show that you know how to live inside of your means. And saved money is ultimately stored choices. The more money you have, the more options that you're going to have in your life. This cannot be overstated. Someday you're going to wake up and how well you've managed your resources is going to determine the type of options you have. Using money that you've saved means that you're likely to make better choices. You're likely to take less risks, and you're going to think about what you do before you do it. Using your savings is my first choice, and it should always be yours as well. The second way you can finance your business is to straight up work for your finance costs. Not everybody has savings. Maybe your idea costs more than you have. No problem, just work for it. Determine how much money you're gonna need, and then start doing work around the house, babysitting, walking dogs using something like Rover, shoveling snow, or mowing lawns. Every Monday since this show has started, I've given you small business ideas that have little to no startup costs attached. Start listening to those back episodes and find some ideas that might work for you. Almost any one of them will help you save up the money you need to get started. All right, so those are the first 2 ideas to get the money to start your business. I'm going to cover 2 more ideas right after a word from our sponsor. One of the number 1 questions I get asked is, how do I start my kid's first business? One of the easiest ways is to use a service like Rover. Rover is a website that links dog owners with dog sitters and walkers in their area. Not only does Rover have an awesome rating service that lets owners know how people treat pets, but they also provide walkers and sitters with free liability insurance that covers everyone in case of any accidents. Dog walkers and sitters make way more money than you would think, but you don't have to take my word for it. Go to juniormoneymakers.com/rover and check it out for yourself. As a bonus, if you use my affiliate link and send me the link to your profile, I'll check it out and give you any feedback that can help you attract more customers. Just go to juniormoneymakers.com/rover. All right, let's talk about the next 2 ways that you can get money to start your kid hustle. Third up on the list is crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing is the idea that you can get a bunch of different people to pitch in to help you launch your product or service. Basically, you create an ad for what you do. People view that ad on your profile at Indiegogo or Kickstarter, and then they decide if they want to donate to your project or not. Usually you offer some type of an incentive to get people excited, like a discount on your product, early access, free shipping, a t-shirt, or even a shout out on the packaging. Crowdsourcing is a huge industry, and literally billions of dollars every year are given out through generous members of crowdsourcing communities. It works really well for products, but it can work for services and even movies as well. If you have a product that's already tested and it's almost ready for market, crowdsourcing can be an excellent way for you to get funding. You need to have a great story, preferably a really great video, although the video quality is not nearly as important as the story behind your product. It also works really well if you have a cause, like you donate a percentage of your profits to some type of charity. I'll do a whole episode on crowdfunding later, so don't worry too much about this now, but if this is a route you want to go, email me with questions and I'll get back to you right away. All right, the fourth and final way you can get money for your business is a simple grant. I don't expect at this stage that you're going to be applying for a lot of high-profile small business grants, but there are a few key people in your life who just might be willing to support you. Once you have a solid business plan, and after last week you should, maybe mom, dad, grandpa, brother, or sister might be willing to pitch in for your business. Why don't you start by asking them for advice? Maybe they have some ideas for you that'll make your business better. Then you can ask them if they'd like to contribute to your success. You can even offer them something. Think back to crowdsourcing, a discount, free shipping, or a shout out on your packaging. It's just like crowdsourcing, just with friends and family. Okay, so those are 4 great options that can help you get the money that you need to start your business. Can you think of any ideas that I forgot? If so, email me at mark@juniormoneymakers.com and I can shoot them out to everyone on my email list. All right, so now you have an idea of how to make money. How much money do you need to start your business? Let me know what you need to get started and what method you think you're going to use to get it. I would love to hear from you, so send me a message at mark@juniormoneymakers.com. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing to the show through Apple Podcasts or Stitcher so you get every episode downloaded to your device automatically. Just go to juniormoneymakers.com/iTunes or juniormoneymakers.com/Stitcher. Thanks again for tuning into the show. It means a lot to me and my family. Thanks for listening, and until I see you next time, dream big and change the world. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? The food is great, but it has no atmosphere.